MD, AO, do the things that you do. Let's go.
Hey girls, welcome back. So this video is going to be about meal prepping. I've literally just got off the cross trainer and now it's time to eat. So I've got Sam here to teach us how to meal prep and what's some good foods to put in them in your wee containers and how often you should do it and all that sort of stuff. So keep watching if you want to learn.
Alrighty, so I'll run you through what I've got prepared. So I have pre-cooked a few things just because it was going to take quite a while to video everything. So I'll run you through each individual item. So I've got some fresh pan-fried fish. I think these were just hokey fillets in Kacey's freezer. So I've pan-fried these in a non-stick pan with a little bit of boiling water.
Yeah.
And
I just got that from the deli at the supermarket.
Yeah. So they're nice. They're not expensive fillets of fish.
No, it was really cheap. It was like $3.
Yeah, you want a fish that's quite lean. Also some freshly poached chicken breasts. So I poached the chicken breasts, and as you know, they were tenderloins. So I find it's easy to buy tenderloins as it saves you having to chop them up and deal with chicken breasts. But ideally, you want to be able to get what you can afford and what works for you. So in here is around 300 grams of chicken.
I think
so
it was
this
like $5 or something.
Yeah, so this is enough chicken to go for 2 meals.
Yeah.
I mean, on average, you want to be eating around, you know, a decent fistful or palm size, the size of your palm amount of protein. So that'd be just enough to fit in your hand.
Is that a day or a meal?
A meal.
A meal.
Yeah. So depending how many times you want to eat a day and how many times it's going to fit in,
Yeah.
depends on your schedule, your goals. But you want to be eating roughly every 4 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to go too long without food because then you'll get hungry. What else have we got? We've got some veggies. So this is just broccoli and carrot diced, and I've steamed this in the microwave. I just use the microwave because it's convenient, but if you wanted to boil it over a stovetop, you can.
How long did you steam it for?
Just for 5 minutes. So I put a bit of Glad wrap over top and for 5 minutes. Then afterwards I stirred through a little bit of garlic.
Yum.
So just crushed garlic's fine. Or fresh garlic if you want to use fresh garlic. A wee bit of salt and pepper. Ideally, what I do is stick with using Himalayan pink salt. It's a lot. It's a lot better for you. It has a real detoxifying effect on the body. It helps actually reduce water retention, unlike most salt.
And it's really yummy.
And you only need a little bit. Yeah, and it's big. And you only need a little bit as well, which is really nice. I also have some brown rice, so just standard brown rice. Doesn't have to be anything special. You could use a lot of different types for your carbohydrate sources. You could use potatoes, kumara. White rice is completely fine as well. People think it's bad, but it's not. Brown rice releases a lot slower than white rice.
What do you mean releases? So
releases into your system. So the way the carbs break down is a lot slower. So it gives you a sustained release of energy.
Oh yeah, got ya.
Yeah, so that'll last you most of the afternoon.
Yeah.
To keep you full and energized. What else would you use? Quinoa, which is another type of ancient grain, which is really high in protein. It's pretty easy to cook. I've just put this in a microwave safe bowl. You could do it over the stovetop, but once again I use the microwave because I'm lazy.
And it's easier.
Well yeah, I mean you've got to find a way of prepping the food in a way that works for you, and this is my way that works for me.
So what do you think the importance is of meal prepping? How much do you think it's going to add value to your weight loss?
Well, not just your weight loss, but sustainable living, consistency. Like if you can be consistent with doing this, you've always got healthy, nourishing food on hand, and you're not going to be reaching to something for the last minute, like a last minute snack.
I think that's my biggest problem. Like, because I work from home, I go to the cupboard and I don't know what to eat, and I just eat chips.
Eat whatever's in sight. Yeah, and it's an easy habit to fall into. They say it takes 21 days to form a habit and 3 days to break it.
Wow.
So yeah, you've just got to find a system that works for you. If some people like to cook each night, I'm one of those people that likes to cook each night because I like my food really fresh and I like to get creative. But if that's not convenient for you, cooking each night for the week, you could do maybe 2 cooks a week and freeze the rest. So you want to invest in some good Tupperware containers. You can get these like cheap Chinese, like the Chinese takeaway ones you can just get from the supermarket, which are also really good. They're like 99 cents for a pack of 5. Or invest in a meal prep bag. You can get these at most supplement stores. They come with about 4 containers this size, 4 or 6 containers this size, and it's like a sling bag.
So that do you for the day?
Yep, so you could carry that around. It's just like a sling backpack basically. You can fit all your food in for the day. It's got space for a shaker bottle and water. But yeah, any container's fine. I mean, if you're going to be at home all day, then you're fine just putting it in bowls and putting some cling film over top and keeping it in the fridge.
So if you're eating like this,
yep.
How important do you think it is to get a protein shake as well?
I don't think it's too important, especially as a female. Unless you are doing really intense training, then you're not going to need to worry too much about supplementing with a protein powder. It's not a necessity, but if you're unable to get a meal in or you miss a meal, it's quite handy to have some on hand.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, so what else have I got? I've got a salad, just a fresh salad, so some iceberg lettuce, some red onion and tomatoes sliced up. So this could be either for a lunch or a dinner option.
Can you use dressing on it?
I can, but I like to make my own, so I'll run you through what I do for that. But yeah, if you're going to use a dressing, I'd stick with something that's as less processed as possible. Don't go for things that are low in fat because they're usually high in sugar. Yeah, so you want to go for maybe a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of garlic and some lemon juice, salt and pepper, herbs. Usually the natural juices from the veggies and the meat will dress it itself. You don't need to worry too much about drizzling it, but some Greek yogurt's nice as an alternative to mayonnaise. Kind of makes it taste like a souvlaki sometimes. Yeah, so I'll run you through an example of how I would prep up a meal. So say Kacey's going to have 2 meals today and dinner. So maybe like a
lunch and afternoon
lunch and afternoon tea, or it could be a mid-morning and a mid-afternoon snack, depending on how busy you are and when you're hungry. There's no point scoffing down meals if you're actually not hungry. I always think it's important to listen to your body. So for a woman of Kacey's size and her goals, just make sure this is clean.
Urine here.
For a woman of Kacey's size and her goals, she's wanting to drop a bit of weight. So we want to balance out the meals nicely without starving her. So I'm good at eyeballing how much my food is, but if you're not and you're just starting out, get a measuring cup. So for Kacey, I'd want around half a cup of brown rice. So generally, it's going to be 3 heaped tablespoons, just off what I know. But yeah, if you haven't done that before, definitely invest in a measuring cup. Don't stress if you're not measuring things correctly to start off with. It takes a bit to get a feel for it. We want a few veggies, so this is going to add some fibre, some minerals and nutrients. So I'm just going to use half of these because we have enough for 2 meals here. A little bit of chopped red onion for a bit of flavour. And we're going to put some chicken in this as well. So half of this will be enough, it'll be 150 grams. So once again, these are just poached chicken breasts and some water. Bring it to the boil and flip the chicken over each side and let it cook through until it's just tender. You don't want to overcook, as then you'll have dry chicken and it's not very nice.
No one likes dry chicken.
No. So I've got the chicken in here, veggies and brown rice.
Yum.
And I'm a salt fiend.
Same, it's so bad.
I just put a little, try and put a little bit on, not too much.
Oh, so put more on when you're not here.
I've also put a bit of Italian herbs on it too. So you can get any mixed herb from the supermarket. Go to town on spices, they add a lot of value to your meals. So this is 1 meal. So you cover this, keep it in the fridge or eat it straight away.
So would that be like a lunch or?
Yep, so this would be a lunch, a mid-afternoon snack. I mean, you don't need to be eating like huge meals. You want moderate sized meals in moderation.
So how many of those would you recommend a day? So
if I was you, I'd have 2 a day.
So is that just including breakfast and dinner?
No, so you have breakfast as well. So you have breakfast, say, an hour after waking. So make sure you're drinking about 1 litre of water once you wake up to flush your system out.
Okay.
Adding some lemon juice or apple cider vinegar as well is a really good option to water.
What would you have for breakfast?
So for breakfast, I would have oats, some fruit, a smoothie maybe. Yeah, I wouldn't too worry about too much about adding protein powder to your breakfast.
Yep.
Maybe even an egg white omelette.
Okay. Yum.
But we can run through breakfast ideas in another video.
Yeah.
So yeah, then about 4 hours later I'd have a meal.
Yeah.
Another 4 hours later I'd probably have another meal because I'd be hungry by that time.
Yeah.
And then you want to finish your day off with a nice light dinner. And if you wanted something sweet, we could go into sweet options as well.
So you get the salad with either the chicken or fish?
Yeah, cool. Either or. So that's another meal. So we'll do up another meal. So this will be your third meal of the day, including breakfast.
Yep.
So once again, same amount of rice. If you want a wee bit more, have a wee bit more. It's not going to kill you. It's nourishing food. It's really good for your body. As long as you're keeping active and drinking water, you'll be fine. Some more veggies. And some more red onion.
Yum.
And some more chicken. We'll put the rest of this chicken in because we can. So,
I'm so hungry right now.
you can eat that one then. So there's another meal for Kacey. Alrighty.
So gonna eat it.
I hope it tastes good. It's gonna poison you. Alright, so we're gonna go. I'm just gonna run you through like a quick dinner option. So the fresh salad here, we're gonna have a fish salad. So I'm gonna take the fork back, thanks. So the fresh fish, and I've just coated this in some herbs, bit of salt.
Is that the Italian herbs?
Yeah, so just the Italian herbs again. You could use some dill, which goes nicely with fish as well. Alrighty. And a squeeze of lemon juice. This is going to add a bit of zing to it. And a little pepper. And a little soap. And I wouldn't really think you'd need a dressing with that, with the lemon juice as well.
Okay.
So that's a nice dinner. You could add some avocado for healthy fats if you wanted to as well.
Yeah.
Some nuts. Give that one a shot too. Casey's got all the food.
I'm gonna eat it all now. No, I'm kidding.
So that would be a day's worth of meals.
Okay.
Yeah,
Excluding breakfast right now.
Yeah, excluding breakfast. That is what I would say a day's worth of meals for Kacey would be. I mean, if you're still hungry, eat. Like, you've got to learn to listen to your body, and hunger is a sign that your body needs something. But if you're eating a well-balanced diet,
And how much water should you drink a day?
varying on your activity levels, I would say for you, if you're doing say 30 minutes on the cross trainer in the morning, you want around 2 to 2.5 litres a day. Okay. Yep, so invest in a big water bottle, add some lemon, cucumber, mint or something and flavour it.
Yeah. I normally put lemon, orange and cucumber and it tastes amazing in the water.
Yeah.
So good.
So healthy snack options is another thing I want to talk about. So say during the day you don't have time to sit down for a meal, you're going to be a wee while so you can eat next. You want to at least top up your body in its fuel stores to keep you going, or even as a pre-workout snack or a post-workout snack. You want some nice water-loaded carbohydrates that are going to keep you nourished. So one of my go-tos are bananas. Most people wouldn't touch this type of banana, but in fact this is how you should be eating your bananas, because that is a ripe banana. That's not quite ripe. It's fine to eat, but you find your body's going to digest this a lot better as the sugars are broken down.
Oh.
Interesting fact of the day, I know. Once they go like this, I tend to freeze them as well. So if you peel them, chop them up, put them in the container and freeze them. And that way you can blend them up frozen with a little bit of water and you've got like banana ice cream.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So it's nice for the summer.
Yeah.
These ones are totally fine to eat. I just find I get a bit of a sore gut if they're still a bit green.
Yeah.
So yeah, you want to leave them out until they just start getting a few spots and then they're all good to go.
Yeah.
If you don't like the taste, you don't like the taste, that's alright. Fresh fruit, like apples, oranges, kiwi fruit. Oranges and kiwi fruit, another good option. There's lots of fibre and nutrients. You don't want to cut fruit out completely. A lot of people have a fear that fruit makes you fat. It doesn't.
Is it because it's got a lot of sugar in it, hey?
Yeah, it's got a lot of sugar, but if your body's going to learn to metabolize that sugar efficiently, you'll be fine. Okay. As long as you're keeping active, keeping everything in moderation, I say. Like, don't deprive yourself of anything. If you want a treat, have a treat. Yeah. And there's no magical way you're ever going to figure out that happy balance. It's about finding it out yourself. Yeah. And that can be through a lot of tears and a lot of stress. But once you get there and you find your happy spot and you know when enough is enough and when you're allowed something, then you'll be fine. But yeah, that's how to meal prep, really, in a nutshell.
It takes a lot of the stress out too.
Oh,
totally.
totally.
What am I going to eat?
Yeah, if you've got, even like if you didn't have time to cook a meal each time, you could pre-prep everything and keep it in sealed containers in the fridge. So cook up a big batch of rice, cook up a big batch of chicken, freeze some, keep some in the fridge, keep some fresh veggies all cut up so you can easily just throw something together when you need to. If you're in a rush in the morning, you don't have to worry about crap, I haven't cooked my meals last night.
That'd be good for me because I've got
kids. Well, after you get home from work or you've had a busy day, the last thing you feel like doing is cooking and dealing with dishes. So that's why maybe you could allocate, say, 3 hours on a Sunday just to prep up for the week.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, it's a sacrifice you make, but I find, you know, you could be sitting and doing nothing. Why not utilise your time wisely? And yeah,
definitely. Awesome. Thank you, Sam, so much for coming back again. I'm sure you're going to see more of her and more of her awesome ideas and teaching us more stuff. So please subscribe, guys.
And eat up.
And eat up healthy food. See ya. Bye.